Hey folks, in a world where, a small number of very large companies are having all this crazy impact in the world of AI, there is a small number of very disruptive pieces of technology that are happening outside of that limelight, right?
Yeah.
And today we have folks from Wishtales AI. Roy, we have Darshan, we have Neel. Tell us, any of you, what's up with Wishtales? What is unique about it? Why is this AI company something people should pay attention to?
We are the only pure multimodal AI play in the market. That is, we created the next generation of diffusion. So you had latent diffusion to begin with, then you had stable diffusion, and then I, with my proprietary work in graph theory and topology, created generative synchronous diffusion that literally synchronizes text with audio, with music, with video, and sound effects together to produce a complete idea to production flow for creators.
Can you tell my non-technical audience what those what is the big difference between stable diffusion and, let's say, the work that you've done?
So, like for example, in case of latent or stable diffusion, you start with like a text input, and specifically, typically diffusion models, you go through the entire sequence of denoising, say for example, an output. So you start with static noise and then you reach an image. So you start by training the models with, say for example, dog images, and then you go all the way up to pure static, which is black noise, and then you retrieve back the dog images. So I was really interested in modeling the human brain in terms of understanding that the human brain only run on 4 watts of power as compared to millions and millions of GPUs that's required to get multimodality out there. We've combined the transformer models and diffusion models that are out there into a cohesive flow such that you can start with text, you can start with a video and get background sound effects, you can start with images that turn into video clips that then get an entire script written on top of it, and then get music and sound effects baked into it. Or you could start with a story and get into an audiobook. You could start with a book and get it illustrated. So we go from idea to editing to creation to consumption, that entire flow in under 10 minutes in 30 plus languages.
Darshan,
yes,
as someone on the business side,
yes,
how do you translate what he just said in a way that my grandmother, who's no longer alive, would have understood? She used to be a great storyteller herself. What could she do now with Wishtales AI that she couldn't do when she was alive?
You needed an entire team back in the day to create a simple story into a movie. But what Roy and the entire Wishtales team has achieved is, with a simple initiation of a prompt, you can create the entire movie without any other skill going forward. I think that will unlock a new level of creativity for the entire world. And because we have the consumption platform within Wishtales itself, I think all the content creators going forward will be able to monetize their content and earn back through their efforts.
That resonates with my grandmother. I'm speaking on her behalf. Neel, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you've also been very successful as a content distributor on Instagram and other places, right? So these are human beings. The money that you make, they also make from it. It's a revenue share model. What happens to all those real creators, human creators, in a world of Wishtales?
I think it won't replace the human touch when it comes down to social media content and content creation and distribution, but I think it makes it more scalable in a sense, right? Because I don't have to be in physical locations to create content. I don't have to be in a certain place to create these stories. Even like, say, for example, we could take this video output of this podcast, put the script of this podcast in, put it in Wishtales, and create the cartoon version or like the Lego version of this very podcast that we're doing right now. We host all the creations that creators have made on our own platform, and once that is scalable, once I'd say it's very popular, once we have a certain amount of people using the platform, we'll be able to do a shareable revenue model. So essentially becoming the YouTube of AI created content.
For my audience, this is very important. I advocate for a world where not just a small number of extremely wealthy benefit from all the success in AI that we are seeing, but it's democratized in a way that a large pool of audiences can
I think
benefit.
we begin from the point of view of accessibility and democratization, and then we sort of combine those ideas into a seamless platform where you can bring your vision to life, live your childhood dreams, as well as profit out of it.
Can you describe from a consumer perspective who doesn't care about the technology, but exactly what is the experience of Wishtales and who is it for?
As soon as you have an idea, you can start by penning down your idea and generating a script off of Wishtales, or you can start by just scribbling it out in the form of an image via our AI art model. So we have 6 modes integrated: text, music, video, image, voice models, and art models. So you can literally draw something on the palm of your hand, because it's mobile first as well, which is a great distinction in the market, or on your web platform, which then turns into an image, which then automatically turns into a video. And then that video gets analyzed by Wishtales to produce sound effects on top of it. And then a script is generated with dialogues to give you a full story and a full baked-in scene to then publish to your social media and within Wishtales in under 10 minutes. But the most unique part is it's not just about audio plus video like Vio does, but this is the entire movie experience built in. So you have sound effects where it's applicable, you have background music where it's applicable, and then you have baked in dialogues, realistic lip sync, and production quality video.
Even on our platform, we actually watched a 6-year-old create one of his bedtime stories. He's a big fan of Marvel. So he created a bedtime story of
Thor.
One of the heroes, Thor.
Yeah.
And again, he created this entire, I'd say, what was the video, Darshan? Like 2 minutes or so?
Yeah, 2.5 minutes of the Thor movie.
Yeah.
That's what I believe will happen in the future. We see a whole lot of content creators of age between 6 to almost 36 who are on the platform creating content in less than 10 minutes. In the future, everybody is going to be film producers, scriptwriters, movie stars themselves through various AI platforms, and Wishtales will be at the forefront.
I'm actually thinking of the other side. I want to see that 70-year-old Steven Spielberg or whatever, 50-something-year-old as Christopher Nolan creating their full-length IMAX movies on platforms like this. I'm sure there is competition here, but I'm pretty sure this is at the forefront, as you said.
So that's also an added advantage for us because we have infinite stitching built in. So you can keep on extending your scenes. And although a typical video length is 2.5 minutes, at CES 2025, we released our longest video of 90 minutes, which took us 3 hours to produce. It typically would have taken a week or more, even with the other existing AI tools in the market.
The entire emphasis, the entire focus is going to be on the creative side of things rather than the production side of it. We'll produce an entire podcast episode like this with just our faces and some concepts, and everything else will be generated. The whole podcast could be generated in this manner someday. And then I want to ask a harder question. Sure. What could go wrong with all this?
Off the bat thing is, obviously deepfakes and, misuse of AI technologies. But we kind of made sure in terms of going very, very deep into the training data, doing graph analysis on the parameters to remove celebrity data. And then we also have, a generative adversarial network that looks into celebrity faces, celebrity voices, etc., to restrict that IP so that you can use celebrity content only on enterprise versions. We are doing Wishtales Enterprise with studios such as Anil Kapoor Films, and we are bringing in the IP of the specific studios baked into Wishtales with their own licensing.
Once you have supporters like that, it starts to validate this is real technology. This is not some bullshit, thin wrapper around some kind of LLM.
Yeah, we don't use APIs. We don't use wrappers.
This is AI built from ground up using foundational technology. Those who are a little bit more perceptive are thinking, okay, but how are they doing it? Who's supporting them? How can I participate? So 3 questions there. Right? Do you have funding? Are you building it out from scratch? Do you need more funding? Who else is supporting you?
We started off because we were backed by Microsoft for founders initially, and then we got up to 500,000 USD of Azure credits. We are also backed by NVIDIA's Inception program. So that helped initially in terms of setting things up. Raised some great money with respect to angels. And we have support from everyone from the entertainment space all the way to the the technical space. So Teddy Z, for example, who's the ex-head of Columbia Pictures, in the board of Oscars, Grammys, and Emmys, and he's also been a vice president of Paramount. Some of you may know he's produced Pursuit of Happiness and Hitch with Will Smith. So he's on our board and he's heading our global distribution. And then we have Linda Krietzman, who is the dean of the financial engineering program at Haas UC Berkeley, and she's also a chair at Skydeck. Currently, we are raising a pre-seed round, and we are almost at the edge of finishing up that round. So yes, we are definitely open to investments because we want to roll out the beta waitlist that we've gathered. We have actually more than 3,000 people on that waitlist, and we want to release that waitlist as soon as we finish the pre-seed round.
What's the best way to participate in the next round or the current round of investments?
Absolutely. I think the best way is just to reach out to us. We're on LinkedIn. We'll probably be tagged on the post. So reach out to any one of us. We're very friendly, open to DMs. So please connect with us. Love the connections, love networking. So when you reach out to us, we'll reply as soon as possible and we'll get back to you.
So we know what Wishtales is, but we want to know a little bit more about each of you. Can you spend literally 30 seconds, because that's the budget we have, to talk about each of yourself? What's your connection to AI and why should we pay attention to you guys? Yeah.
Got it.
So I'm Roy, the CEO and CTO of Wishtales AI. My background is in physics and AI research. I primarily work in the space of topology and graph theory. In fact, the next generation of diffusion technology that I built is off of my research on topological graph theory that was published as a part of Harvard Research. And I wanted to build Wishtales to bridge the gap between content creation and consumption and, give a solution that would be multimodal in nature.
My name is Neel. I started my journey off of Instagram. I have 5 million followers on there. Grew that following ever since I was in, I'd say, early high school, late middle school. I'm a 3X founder. I graduated from Stanford. I did my CS degree over there in 2018. I'm part of the founding team now of Wishtales. I'm head of their growth and branding.
This is Darshan, and I'm the co-founder of Wishtales. And we always wanted to build a product that impacts a large group of people all over the world. And meeting Onamik and seeing him through his PhD days, we always planned to do something in the creative space. And Wishtales is the product that has come out of that journey.
That was the Wishtales AI team. They're doing real interesting work. I mean, again, there's plenty of fluff out there. I wouldn't host fluff. I'm very serious about it. I've myself been, doing AI for 15 years. This is heartening, heartwarming in many ways. One is I'm a filmmaker, so this is an avenue to create films from imagination, freeing up more time to do things you love to do. Two is it is being built not by hugely funded large enterprises, but by extremely smart folks in a corner of the world. The way they know they survive is by being technically more advanced than everyone else. There's 100,000 startups like this. So this is not one of them. And finally, they are looking to bring in more people. If you're interested, message Neel maybe as a single point of contact / failure.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you in the next episode whenever that comes out.
And I do want to say one thing. Again, all three of us have been following you for a while on LinkedIn, and we're honored to be here. You're one of the top voices when it comes down to AI technology and everything. So again, thank you for hosting us and having us.
Of course. This resonates very much with what I stand for personally. So I thought it made sense.
Yeah.
To
Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Yeah.